Hello, everybody. I am David, and today I want to tell you guys my rankings of the Spider-Man movies. As you know, Spider-Man Homecoming has come out this weekend, and now that I had enough time to process it, think about it, I think I know where I'm going to place it on my list. So feel free to tell me your list as well. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys my list right now. So there's 6 Spider-Man movies, just to make this clear. There's the Tobey Maguire trilogy, there's the 2 Andrew Garfield ones, and now there's Homecoming. So let us begin with number 6. Number 6, I have Spider-Man 3. That's right, this is the one where Peter gets the symbiote on him and becomes the Black Spider-Man, the Black Spider-Man that we all wanted to see done right, but unfortunately was done wrong. I felt this movie had the biggest mess, not just emo Spider-Man, but I thought it was the most cringeworthy at the same time. And, you know, I'm someone that doesn't mind a little bit of cheese with my superheroes, but this one went a little bit too much, I think. As well as a whole bunch of other mess. It did seem like Spider-Man was lost in his own movie sometimes. So, next on my list, I have The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Some people might have this as their least favorite, but I have it as my second least favorite. I still enjoy The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think there's still some enjoyment to take from it. I think a lot of people can admit that, you know, the Andrew Garfield Emma Stone relationship is really enjoyable to watch. And I'm not going to lie, I get teary-eyed whenever Gwen Stacy is killed off. So they clearly did something right for this movie. They did invest a lot of time to make us care about these 2 lovebirds. And when she's killed off, we actually do care that she's killed off. Unless you're somebody that doesn't care that she's killed off, then maybe it didn't work for you. But for me, it worked. Everything else, however, is a hit and miss. Next on my list, number 4, I have Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire and William Dafoe playing the Green Goblin. It's a good movie. That, you know, I think I liked it more when I originally saw it back in 2002, when I was like in my last year of high school. But for the most part, it was alright. Yeah. Next on my list, number 3, I have The Amazing Spider-Man. Funny enough, the 2 origin movies are right beside each other, but this is the origin movie that I think is done right, that I really enjoy a lot more than the original Spider-Man. I think not just the web shooter thing, that actually, the organic web shooters never bothered me in the Tobey Maguire version, but I do appreciate the fact that they did use the mechanical web shooters in this one. But I also like the change of tone in this one. I like that they went less campy with this one and tried to give it more of a grounded tone. Plus, the Lizard was also a great villain, a great addition to the movie, especially since Kirk Connors was there in the Sam Raimi versions, but he never turned into the Lizard. It was great to have him finally turn into that character, even though it's in a reboot that had nothing to do with the other ones. But it was a long-awaited thing that should have happened maybe in... Well, no, maybe it's better it didn't happen in the 3rd movie. But that's why this movie is awesome. Plus, the Lizard is the first villain that Spider-Man faces in the comics, so it all worked out. Number 2, I have Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2. That's right, with Dr. Octopus, one of the greatest Spider-Man movie villains. If you watch my movie villain list, Dr. Octopus was, in my opinion, the best villain in any of the Spider-Man movies. I still do think he is the best villain, and I do think this movie is really good. You know, I do think it balances the drama, the comedy, the romance. All of it is really good. And, you know, as someone who's not even too much of a fan of the Tobey Maguire and Kristen Dunst chemistry, I don't think their chemistry works in this trilogy. I do think it was the best use in this film. I do feel that Mary Jane trying to move on actually worked a lot better in this movie. Funny enough, right? And yeah, this one is the one with the best speech, in my opinion. Aunt May gives Peter a great speech in the film. Yeah, it's still, to me, it is a great film. But we now have a new winner, number one. Some of you are probably predicting that I was going to say this, but I don't care. Number one, Spider-Man Homecoming, the newest film in Spider-Man's films of legacy of films, I guess. This is the one that's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I love. And believe it or not, it doesn't have much to do with him being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I just think this is a really fun movie overall. Even if you take out Tony Stark and take out the Avenger references, I think this movie really is a fun ride all the way through. Now, yeah, it doesn't have as many dramatic beats as Spider-Man 2, but I think there are a couple of moments that can be a little dramatic, like the part where I don't want to spoil it. Okay, I'm just going to spoil this part, so if you don't want to know this, skip ahead maybe 10 seconds. There's a part where he's under the rubble, and he has to lift up the rubble to get out, and he's crying. And I thought, that was a great scene. And I heard that scene was from the comics, so it's actually, it was a really well acted and really well done dramatic scene that I thought added a little bit more weight to the film. And you get his relationships, all of them in this movie, including his relationship with Aunt May, plus the Avengers side of things. He's struggling with this idea of should he join the Avengers or not care about it, trying to prove himself to Tony Stark, who becomes sort of a father figure, a new father figure to Peter Parker. It was such a refreshing film that when I really looked at it, unlike the Sam Raimi films, which were funny in a very campy way, this one didn't need to be campy to have that fun. It was just a straight up good time with great laughs. I felt. I came out having a great time with a huge smile on my face. And that's what I think a movie needs to do, especially if a movie's trying to be like a John Hughes movie of the past, So with that being said, guys, that is my Spider-Man rankings from worst to best. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you agree with me. Even if you don't agree with me, that's fine. Tell me your list. Like I said earlier, I always like to see how other people rank things, so go for it. And please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.